Chalfin, and I have been defrauded by Expedia and GoDaddy, Kayak, and I've been attacked after a lawsuit with Priceline with the booking group. Attacked after a lawsuit. And I tried to start a travel company and domain leasing company. And Expedia and Kayak attacked every one of my websites every time I launched them with the help of GoDaddy and Nexstar Media Group. I'm going to show you how they did it. I don't need to say I allege. I'm a victim of this incredible antitrust crime. And so early on, and I mean early on, 2016, I started getting attacked by Expedia and a guy by the name of Ross Weber and Kayak. And so Expedia took over my websites line by line. Here you could see that on June 27th, they injected their travel assets within 6 minutes of each other. Here, they have the same account number for their meta property, probably their Facebook app ID. It's the same. They completely took over hotels.viajes line by line. Now they did this by way of iterating me, stringifying, by setting this up as a subdomain, just like that what they do in-house. Meaning what they do in-house, they did to me. And they're doing it now. Here you're on HomeAway. But really, you're on Expedia. Over here on Escapia, you're on Escapia, but really you are on HomeAway underneath. This is another HomeAway. I want to go back to this is VRBO and HomeAway. They're identical. They're identical because they're stringified. And what Expedia and GoDaddy did to me, they do in-house to each other, which is fine when they're doing it in-house, but they have thousands of subdomains and they load your website or domain. If you don't have a website, if it's just a landing page, they load your domain up under their server. If it's an Akamai server or a Amazon server, and they use them both, and you disappear from SEO. Yeah, you can use your website. You can use the website. However, SEO won't find you because of these Apple Touch icons they inject in. These are GoDaddy and Lacana Apple Touch icons, which is Lacana is Nexstar Media Group. Here you can see hotels.viajes, my website, overtaken by Expedia line by line, and they're still doing it today in June 2021. They're just not doing it like this. They're syncing it. And I'm going to show you how. But let's go back to Expedia taking over hotels.viajes line by line. And this is prevention of commission. In fact, this is what this is about, this complaint.
Today, it is effectively impossible to use the internet without using, in one way or another, the services of these four companies. I have long believed, with Thomas Jefferson and Louis Brandeis, that concentration of power in any form, especially concentration of economic or political power, is dangerous to a democratic society. That is why we must examine these and other companies that play a dominant role in our economy and in our society, and ensure that our antitrust laws give enforcers the tools they need to preserve a healthy marketplace. These principles of guidance.
So my complaint is based on what just took place with Facebook. And this complaint, I am reaching out to GoDaddy's new CEO. 2019, by the way, is from Expedia. And I just want that to be a record down here as we go through this. Because Expedia took over my websites line by line. Line by line. And they would sync them. Because really, you think you're on hotels.viajes, but really, just like right here, you're not on Expedia, you're really on HomeAway. And when you're on HomeAway, really, you're on Expedia. And they are colluding. Now, they're with the same company, and that's fine. But when I say they're colluding, they're working hand in hand with the booking group, Expedia group and the booking group. They're communicating across company lines. And I'm going to show you how they do that. So the laws that I allege that have been broken, that GoDaddy and Expedia are all of these. But this one in particular, the unfair methods of competition. So, and that I am accusing GoDaddy of doing because they laid the infrastructure and they stole almost my entire domain portfolio, including my biggest travel domains after I discovered Lacana. And when I discovered Lacana, which is Nexstar Media Group, GoDaddy shut down every one of my websites because I discovered Lacana. And eventually, when I let Elizabeth Ryder know what had happened, Elizabeth Ryder shut down Lacana and the website and redirected it to Nexstar Media Group. Not only that, Karen Brophy, the CEO of Lacana, got rid of everything on her LinkedIn page. Everything that had to do with Lacana, and replaced it with Nexstar Digital. Because this is organized crime, I allege. Now, let's go back to more Expedia taking over hotels.viajes line by line. Look at this logging guide, 4A9577FD. They prevented me from starting a travel company. And they did it with multiple websites by injecting these SVG files into my website. And these SVG files would ping their malware into my website. They DNS cache poisoned me, is what they did. So here you can see that Intent Media is a GoDaddy domain. This is Travel Media Company. That's the man in the middle attack from Expedia. And this is Expedia. These four links right here all have Ultra DNS name servers. This is a GoDaddy name server. So here you can see that hotels.vi's identical marketing cloud organization IDs, and that's Expedia, mirroring my websites line by line. Line by line. There's that Adobe Marketing Cloud. And these travel assets are man-in-the-middle attacks where Expedia just completely overtook my websites. I gotta get this guy in here because he deserves a lot of credit for this. This guy right here. He knows all about this. He's been contacted multiple times. And all he does is change the way they hack me. They don't stop, they just change. They just change the way they hack me. Here you see travel media, travel assets in my website, hotels.viajes. They took it over and stole the traffic. Look at that. So, again, what Expedia does in-house they were doing to me. What they do in-house with their ancillary websites, and when I mean ancillary, I mean this right here. When I mean ancillary, I mean they have thousands of subdomains and they're all the same websites. And what they did in-house, they did to me. So, right. They did exactly the same thing to me. And these are subdomains that home away, they have 793 pages, by the way, on this DNS checker. It's quite the big site. However, there's Fastly. They're the ones mapping the content. And Fastly has attacked me. So home away is almost exactly how they've attacked me with mask.care, suit.style, and all my travel websites. And at the bottom here, by the way, they have at the bottom here is their FTP port forwarding script. And that's what they have in my website, mask.care. It's identical. They have identical ports. It's identical. I can look that up. This is mask.care. I've done my, this isn't wsite.com, although I have one of wsite.com. This is mask.care. And so mask.care, when I say it's identical, it's identical. The ports. But here they're using website welcome to connect to mask.care. But here's home away. They're identical. This doesn't have the script because it wasn't open at the time, but they are identical. 5224. 5224. This is a highly unusual event because it's not unusual because they're doing it to me and I've caught them, but $54.32. $54.32. They have the exact same ports. Now, Expedia has this on their sites. GoDaddy has this on their reports. Now, they don't have it now, but they did last year when I ran this report. And this report was done, it's a big one, August 2020. And this was done June 23rd, 2020. But this is doing this right now on mass.care. So they have an FTP connection wired right in. When I say they, Expedia, GoDaddy, and their CDNs like My Shopify. No, I don't think My Shopify has it. Website Welcome and Fashion Beans, I believe, and a few more. They've plugged right into my websites. So what they do in-house, they're doing to me. So here's how they're pinging. This is Fastly and Queeve hooks. Prop the hooks, tweeners, whatever this is, Queeve hooks, toggle. I don't know what that is, but I will tell you that they are attaching malware to photos. And that's what GoDaddy was accused of in 2010. They're attaching SVG XML files to images that are in my websites. This is VRBO. That's Bat Bing, which is GoDaddy's infrastructure. So here you can see 48L3N2ZZ4. It's the same. This is Kayak. They are pinging. KFO, ICNQ, KFO, MCNQ. They're communicating. Just like what they did a long time ago. And they're still doing it. They're still doing it. I got a beach ball. This is an SVG attack into suit.style. they're not going to stop. In fact, let me show you how they're not going to stop. Suit.style. In 2019, I discovered that BaseKit was their man-in-the-middle attack. Now, BaseKit is Mesh Digital, and Mesh Digital is GoDaddy. And so, but also in Suit.style is a man-in-the-middle attack from GoDaddy. And it's mypage.com. And mypage.com is a GoDaddy domain. And that domain has injected its FTP hack right here into my website, suit.style. And that's the same thing they've been doing for the last 3 years, and they're not going to stop. In fact, they're not going to stop. And here's why I'm going to tell you that. In 2016, BaseKit invalidated the domain and put a 28-year SSL certificate on suit.style. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep hacking me. They're going to keep hacking me until I'm dead. And that's their goal. That's their goal. And BaseKit is GoDaddy. In my domain, traffic is being redirected from the My Page injection, and here it's going right to the Best Shoes Online, and I proved that in another video. But notice that both Best Shoes Online and My Page have slaves, master and slaves, and that's exactly how they've been hacking me for a long time, with a master and slave. They took over mask.care with wsite.com, and now they've taken over suit.style with My Page. And there's the FTP connection in My Page, which is part of BaseKit right here. So let's move on to Ross Weber and Clicktripz. Now, this is back in 2018 and 17, I believe. Oh, no, it's 19. This is back in 2019 when I've been getting attacked by Ross Weber. And so he's still attacking me. So Expedia in combination with Ross Weber of Clicktripz has been attacking me for 4 years, 5 years now, using my domains. And he works with Expedia. And so here, this is my website, hotels.viajes, and this is Ross Weber, tiki.com. And you can see that this is identical almost. And anytime that bootstrap's in here, this is Ross Weber. Now, today, by the way, in 2021, you can't find Clicktripz on Expedia's website, but they're still working together. They're still hacking me in combination, both Clicktripz and Expedia. This tag TIQ CDN is GoDaddy's attaching their tags to it. Look at that. So Ross Weber Ross Weber's the first guy that started attacking me. He's a former kayak executive, and he redirected my traffic. I caught him doing it. It's the first one I caught. Redirected Geo.Viajes to his websites. And his website was redirecting all the traffic back to Booking.com, his former employer, who Tom Parker emailed me and threatened to take my domain, kayak.viajes. But Ross Weber has a lot of complaints about him online. Hotels.viajes. Ross Weber. Stealing. Now, Ross Weber, I believe, is affiliated with this TravelPix, and TravelPix has been in every single one of my websites. Here it is in Expedia. Here is it in Hotels.viajes, my website. And TravelPix is registered at the same place, same address as Tiki.com. Here you can see Vegas.baby being overtaken by Expedia in a different format, but right there's TravelPix, which I believe is Ross Weber. Here is Hotel.beer. I worked so hard on this website and they stole it. They prevented me from starting a travel company and a domain leasing company. And here's how they did it. They overtook every one of my websites. Every time. I built them. Every time. And this is Expedia overtaking Hotel.beer. Line by line. And there's TravelPix, which is Ross Weber, I believe. So here, again, what Expedia and VRBO do in-house, they're doing to me. And these are the travel assets that Expedia jacked into my websites. Vegas baby, TravelPix. You see Travelocity up there too, I thought. TripAdvisor. What the hell? So here's TravelPix, which I believe is Ross Weber, and TravelPix, and Travelocity. Line by line, overtaking Hotels.viajes, in which the domain was stolen from me, by the way, by GoDaddy. They prevented me from becoming a travel company. There's your TravelPix. And Expedia's websites, the travel assets. Here is Tiki.com and Fastly. They're all working together. This is Tiki and my website because they're iterating me. This is Mass.care. This hack is going on right now. 2021, June 26th. There's the TravelPix in VRBO. And here is the TravelPix in HomeAway. Right here. This is Tiki.com overtaking Ross Weber, overtaking my website, suit.style. And by the way, I said it already, you can't find Clicktripz and Expedia anymore, but they're still working together. Line by line, they defrauded me. Line by line. Line by line. So direct attack on my business and my income, and they're still doing it right now. Lacana, I want to say this again. I notified Elizabeth Ryder regarding her company injecting content into every one of my websites. And when I mean content, let's just look at this one right here. Browse happy. You're using an browser. Please Browse happy, upgrade your browser to improve your experience. Script there. Now, that's when Nexstar Media Group followed me to Network Solutions and continued to attack me after GoDaddy and I split ways. They continued to hack me. And when I mean Lacana, here's Lacana's script they put into my websites. And there's the Max CDN, which is Ross Weber. And here's the Browse Happy. You're using a strong, outdated browser. It's an index hack. And that's Lacana's Google Analytics account. Right there. Lacana. And they were working with GoDaddy to defraud me with hotel.beer right here. And I've caught Lacana, and Karen Brophy and Elizabeth Ryder are caught destroying evidence. And they were injecting their script into these IMGs. This is hotel.beer that they stole from me. This is Lacana, GoDaddy's IMG attacks. The Apple Touch icons. Lacana. And they took it down after I discovered GoDaddy was working with Lacana to map my domains, to map content. And they stole a multi-billion-dollar domain portfolio from me after I discovered Lacana. And they're not going to stop hacking me until law enforcement handles this. If law enforcement's not, then I'm asking Congress. This is a big-time crime. This is a massive crime. An antitrust violation on a grand scale. Look at that. This is GoDaddy and Expedia right here. These four are Expedia, and that's GoDaddy. Line by line. Line by line. They attacked me. Line by line. Again, all I can say to make it the easiest to explain is what they do in-house. What they do in-house. They're doing to me. This is hotel.style, and this is a SVG injection. This is a hack. Heart disease, it's the same hack. They put the same hack in my domains on the Afternic. Once the domains went to Afternic, they disappeared. Completely disappeared once they went to Afternic. It's just been awful. It's been awful.